So let us talk issue power meter aggregate. This is a yikes 59.82 overall as far as the entire spectrum of power meter scores. The plus minus of that relative to the cumulative agenda across all Nintendo Power issues to date, which is a 66.51%, so well below par with a 59 and some change. The highest is G.I. Joe and Princess Tomato at 72, and the Adventure Island 2 score is right there at 71.5%. And the lowest is the pathetic Harlem Globetrotters Abomination with a poo-poo phenomenon, 48%. So now you may bling us into the nominations, Jay, with your, I don't know. Could be 3, could be more. We shall see.
All right. First and foremost, Star Tropics. I'm going to talk about it all the time. Star Tropics.
You want to do that as a game app? You want our next game app to be in fucking 2026?
I kid. Outside of the beauty of the great spread that we had on that game, I was originally thinking Metal Storm because I thought there might be enough there, but then the more I went through it, I was like, nah, I can't. I don't want to play a whole lot of this after all. Like, that does not sound fun. So, like,
sadly.
Yeah, right. My true nominations, and it's interesting because I've never beat this game or even really played much of it at all. Metroid.
Was that? I guess that's in the top 30. Okay.
I never played it, so I was like, all right, I've never. Like, I know people have played Super Metroid. Like, to me, I'm just like, the whole franchise. People are like, oh, the whole reveal thing. Like, I don't know anything about it. Like, I've only what people have told me because I've never.
That's a game, bro. That's an undertaking.
I don't know.
It's not too much for a game app, I don't think. But it is a lot. It's an undertaking.
I mean, also like the whole Metroidvania, it's a thing. Like, I'm like,
right.
It came from this.
I mean, it is. I mean, I did that. Yeah, I did the Kill Quest on it years ago. It's a little bit. It's kind of like Kid Icarus. I think is in the same category of like. It's a little bit of a fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, no. I mean, as far as like the fact that this podcast hasn't covered it, it's like ignoring a historical cornerstone to the system to date is a little bit irresponsible, I think. So yeah. I like that's an interesting suggestion.
So there's that, and then G.I. Joe, of course, because I had a freaking blast playing G.I. Joe, surprisingly. So yeah, I mean that's really it. Like I have 2 legit because I played Metal Storm, and again I was like, all right. I just don't know that I want to play a full episode on it, but realistically, Metroid and G.I. Joe.
Okay. Well, we have overlap in G.I. Joe. That's on my list also. The others I have are Adventure Island 2.
Yes.
And Mega Man 3.
And
then also, I think it's in the top 30 as well, but it certainly was had a number of mentions in the awards. Solar Jetman. As I always said, I'm trusting it until we do it.
Yes.
So those are my 4.
Man.
There's the easy G.I. Joe thing that we both suggested, and I don't think anyone would be upset that we do that game. It's probably going to be around if we want to table it a little bit.
What else did you say? You said
Adventure Island 2 and Mega Man 3.
Island 2. That was a good one too. That's a good one too.
I feel
like I'm leaning between those 2. That and G.I. Joe.
Adventure Island? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the one out of all the game that we've talked about that I'm least familiar with. So
same.
Inherent in that comes a lot of risk of something sucking. I didn't get sick of it. I just stopped playing it. So if you want to push it, I don't think I'll fight you on it. It just does scare me.
Yeah, I don't know how big it is. That was my thing. Like,
it's because
I can play Mario 3 and fly through all 8 because I know it. But like this, game,
but that was a 2 episode. We're not doing 2 episodes. I'm not doing 2 episodes.
But that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how big this is. Like, if that's
that's what I'm saying though. Like, I'm not. It scares the shit. I guess that's as much of a fear as it ends up sucking. Is that there's so much there that it becomes like that, and that I don't see how it can be good enough to warrant that kind of attention. So, what the downside of that is obviously then you're either cramming it into one, and that we didn't know we were going to do 2 episodes of Super Mario Bros. 3. It was just like we just can't do this anymore. We got to stop. we can't.
I say we go GI Joe. Let's go GI Joe.
Okay.
I mean, we need it. We could Adventure Island 2 isn't necessarily going anywhere, and we can always come back with a little more information.
I haven't talked you into because I like the Metroid idea. So what if I cut a deal with you? What if I cut a weird side deal with you here?
Oh, no.
What if we flip a coin between Metroid and Solar Jetman?
What? No, that's a terrible between something I was like, all right, I'll throw this on there, and something I absolutely don't know.
It makes me sad, man. Solar Jetman's so interesting. It's all nominated for all those awards. How many games on there? Like I said, there were a few on there, Jay, where we were like, I don't know if it belongs in this grouping. But there was nothing on those lists where we were like, oh, fuck that game.
I mean, I don't understand why Solar Jetman was on any of those awards, but that's just me.
Because you haven't given it its fair shake, and it's
oh my gosh.
There's too much of an uphill climb right there at the beginning. You can't just you got to know what you're doing. You got to read the manual. You got to do the steps that you're supposed to do before you play a game in 1990 to enjoy and fully embrace.
I will. I just think with Real American Heroes, I will have more of a good time than Solar Jetpacks.
Solar Jetpack. Okay. Not hearing receptiveness here. Okay, we could play G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
We'll play G.I. Joe. I guess there'll be a bunch of fun. Can find a bunch of fun fucking, I don't know, stuff about the IP to dig into to make that a fun episode too, which I guess is cool. Okay, I think I'm a little sad about it. I thought maybe I had you on the edge there with that cutting that deal. I thought maybe I could get it out of you.
No. You gotta come harder than that. A lot more top tier enticing to put Solar Jetman
to get us to Solar Jetman. Huh? Okay, I'll start cooking up a better plan, a better tactic to get us into that one. Okay, so we're gonna play G.I. Joe next, and that will come